Hello, and welcome again to Mr. Benjamin's Math World. Today we are talking about the rules of signs in two big groups. Those groups are addition and subtraction, multiplication and division. Let's pay attention to this part. We need to identify when that rule will be used for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Let's begin with addition and subtraction. The rules of signs in adding and subtracting say, when two numbers have different signs, the number 8 has a negative sign and the number 4 has a positive sign. The rule says, when the two signs are different, we subtract the numbers. Just subtract the numbers the way it is commonly done. This will be 8 minus 4, which is 4. I just got the number. Now, let me get the sign. Again, going back to the rule, it says, when the signs are different, we subtract the numbers and we copy the sign of the greatest of the numbers. Which number is greater? 8 is greater than 4, and the sign along with the 8 is a negative sign, so the result will be negative 4. But the important here is to know that we are talking about addition and subtraction. We are not talking about multiplication and division. The rule says also, when the signs are the same, we add the numbers. Yes, we add them. 8 plus 2 is 10. And we just copy the same sign, which is a negative sign. Another example would be 8 minus 2 equals. Yes, there are two signs here. Which ones? Well, the 2 has a negative sign and the number 8 has a positive sign. When the number has no sign, it means that the number is a positive one. So in this case also, the two signs are different. What do? Yes, we subtract the numbers. 8 minus 2 is 6. And we copy the sign of the greatest. Which one is greater? 8 is greater than 2, and 8 has a positive sign, so the result will be positive 6. Another one example. The two signs are the same. The rule says, when the signs are equal, we add the numbers. We just add them. 7 plus 4, 11. And we copy the same sign, which is a positive sign. And this is the way we solve operations with addition and subtraction when involving signs. But let's make this a little more complicated. There are two ways we can solve this. Let's see the first one. Let's apply the rule. Starting here, negative 3 plus 5. The signs are different. The rule says when I am adding or subtracting, the rule says signs different, we subtract the numbers and we copy the sign of the greatest. So negative 3 plus 5, subtracting, this will be 2. And the sign of the greatest between these two is a positive 2. Now I just bring down the 7, I bring down the minus 2, I bring down the minus 6. Now, I'm solving this too. The signs are the same. The rule says when the signs are the same, we add the numbers and we copy the same sign. So I'm just going to add 2 and 7, which is 9, and I copy the same sign, which is plus. Bring down the negative 2, bring down the negative 6. Using the rules of signs, the signs are different, I subtract the numbers. So 9 and 2 subtracting, this will be 7. And I copy the sign of the greatest of these two numbers. And 9 is greater than 2, and the sign for 9 is positive, so this is a positive 7. And I bring down the minus 6 equals. Once again, the signs are different, I subtract the numbers, so this will be 1. And I copy the sign of the greatest of the numbers, which is 7. It's a positive sign, so this will be plus 1. And this is the final result. This is one way of solving this one. Let's see another way, and when I do this way, obviously we are supposed to get the same result, positive 1. Let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to group the numbers with the same signs. I'm just going to put them together. So I'm going to take the negative 3, I'm going to copy the negative 2, I'm going to copy the negative 6. No more negative numbers. So now I'm going to bring down or copy the positive 5, and I copy the positive 7. And now I'm going to do it this way. The two signs are the same. I add the numbers and I copy the same sign. So this is negative 5, bring down the negative 6, plus 5 plus 7. The signs are the same. I add the numbers and I copy the same sign. So this is negative 11, bring down the plus 5, bring down the plus 7. The signs are different. I subtract the numbers. 11 and 5, which is 6. And copy the sign of the greatest, which is a negative sign. Bring down the plus 7. The signs are different. I subtract the numbers, which is 1, and I copy the sign of the greatest, which is a positive 1. So either way, we get the same result, which is positive 1. Multiplication and division. And here is the rule. When talking about multiplying and dividing, the rules of signs say, multiplying two negative signs, you say negative times negative equals to positive, positive times positive equals to positive, positive times negative equals to negative, and negative times positive equals to negative. This might sound a little maybe difficult to memorize, maybe not, but I can give you a trick. What I do is, well, did you notice when the two signs are the same, we get positive? When the two signs are the same, we get positive? When the signs are different, we get negative? When the signs are different, we get negative. But remember, this is multiplication and division. I'm saying multiplication and division because the rule applies for both multiplying and dividing. It means that if I say negative divided by negative will be also positive. Positive divided by positive will be also positive. Positive divided by negative will be also negative. And negative divided by positive will be also negative. So it's for both multiplying and dividing. Let's use the rules of signs when using numbers. Here it says negative 5 times negative 3. But let me stop right here and let me say something that I think is different, is important for you to know and to understand. When you have a number and you got a parenthesis here and there's no sign here, this means multiplication. the parenthesis. This case means multiplication. So the negative 5 is multiplying the negative 3. In multiplication, just multiply the numbers. Same multiplication. It does not change. 5 times 3 will be 15. I got the number. Now let me get the sign. The rule says negative times negative equals to positive. Another example. 8 times negative 2. But when I say 8, I mean positive 8. Remember I said, when the number has no sign to its left, it means that the sign is a positive one. So again, I just multiply the numbers. 8 times 2 is 16. And now I multiply the signs in plural, because there are 2. There's a positive sign here, and there's a negative sign here. So I say positive times negative equals to negative. Another example? Yes. The 2 has a positive sign. The 7 also is positive because it has no sign to its left. And remember, this is multiplication. And the rule says, when multiplying, just multiply the numbers. 2 times 7 is 14, and you multiply the signs. This will be positive times positive equals to positive. And now, let's just make it a little bit more complicated. This is all multiplication because got parentheses here, no sign. So this is multiplication. So the negative 2 is multiplying the negative 5, and then it's multiplying the negative 4. So I'm just going to multiply the numbers the way it is. Here it says 2. I just forget about the signs now because I just need to get the result in number. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 4 is 40. I got the number. Now let me get the sign. The rule says negative times negative, positive. Positive times negative equals to negative. And our last example, it's another way. The negative 4 is in parentheses. The 3 numbers are inside parentheses, and there's no sign here between them. There's no sign, so it means that these 3 numbers are multiplying. If they are multiplying, let me do the multiplication. I'm just going to multiply the numbers. 4, multiply the numbers, and forget about the signs now, because I just need the result for the number. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 5 equals 20. I got the number. Let's get the sign now. Negative times negative equals to positive. Positive times positive equals to positive. So the result is positive 20. And this is the way we solve operations involving the rules of signs in addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And if you think this was a useful class, feel free to subscribe and activate the bell in order to receive further notifications. Also, if you have a specific topic of your interest, just write it down in your comment. See you next class.